I have heard the same story year in and year out for 43 years. We are promised by the political party that's in power a tidal wave of reform and crackdowns, and by the time the tidal wave hits the streets, it's no more than a trickle, and sometimes it's invisible. It suits the headlines at the time, but it's the police, the victims and the public that really know the truth. The police know that they're unenforceable. We don't need new laws. We've got the laws. What we need are police officers. The victims of crime don't see police. They don't feel reassured. The public don't see the police. They don't feel safe. They don't share information. So really, it's a circle that no political party in 43 years has been able to break. I've seen the Prime Minister today state that we need more street lighting and CCTV. Well, street lighting and CCTV don't arrest people. Police officers do. And that's who we need.
You know what, Norman, you're so right. I mean, you know, the small amount of crime that I've personally experienced, nothing compared to what some people go through. But the CCTV, it wasn't even working. So, but what I really want to see is I want to see bobbies on the beat. I want to see a police officer I can go to. I want a police station that's open so I can go and make a complaint. I don't want to phone a call centre. I don't want a crime reference number. I actually want to see that, you know, the likes of your good self actually out there nicking crooks.
Well, I'll be quite honest, Dawn, you're absolutely right. Many people, including tens of thousands of police officers, would like to see Theresa May in the dock, along with the criminals. 12 years ago, she crippled policing and the criminal justice system by reducing frontline police officers by 22,000 police officers, tens of thousands of backroom staff. As a result of that, you had less police officers dealing with more with no backup. And it was a field day for the criminal element. Nowadays, like you, Dawn, and many people watching this programme now, never see a police officer. I'm ashamed to state, and I represent police, I'm the independent voice for them, that really comes on programmes like yours and tells you the truth. The police themselves are in despair. The public never see them. Well, what happens when the public and victims never see the police? They lose faith. They lose confidence. They don't report crime. They don't make statements. They don't attend courts. And as a result of that, the streets become lawless. Clearly, we have got major problems with gang crime in Britain. We have over 4,000 gangs, upwards of 100, mostly between 10 and 20. We have 200 gangs in London. The streets, or some of them, are out of control in places like Liverpool, Manchester, Birmingham, and London. And the only way to tackle these is to the police to get out on the streets. When we're out on the streets, we interact with the public. They talk to us. They feel reassured. They want to tell us things that they otherwise wouldn't. We then go back and put it on the intelligent forms, which means that we have control of the streets. If you want to know what my true belief to tackle law and order in Britain is, and I call it law and disorder now, is as well as recruiting back the 20,000 police officers that the police service have lost, we need to recruit 20,000 more police officers. We need to swamp the streets of Britain. We need to put our hand out to the public, to the communities, to shopkeepers. We need to regain the lost confidence, because if we don't do that, all we're going to hear, Dawn, and see is the same headlines. Dreadful crime, shooting of a woman, child shooting a child. We must do more. We're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing the other. The headlines are great, but when the headlines are gone, guess what returns? Criminality, and the streets are out of control. And I promise you this, I know the police have gone through hell over the last few years. They've had dreadful headlines. Well, I meet the men and women that have got families that join the police service to make society safe. And they're as frustrated as the public and victims of crime when they cannot do the jobs. Take the handcuffs and shackles off of them, give them 20,000 more police officers, and the criminal justice system stop releasing persistent offenders time and time again with 20, 30, 40 previous convictions, because the police, all they do is chase their tails. And who loses out? It's to the detriment of the public and victims of crime.